Okay, so good afternoon and good evening to everybody and welcome. Today marks an exciting milestone for the Philippine pickleball communities, also from Metro Manila and the whole of the Philippines as we officially introduce RPM Pickleball, a brand built on innovation, performance, and a deep love for the game. And from abroad, the founders of RPM Pickleball have traveled to bring their vision, technology, and world-class paddles closer to Asians, and today it starts here with Filipino players. And we are proud to host this landmark launch as Team Pickle Yard together with GrabKa Sports unveil RPM's latest paddles designed to elevate every level of play. And to present the founders and visionaries of the brand, before we get on with that, we would like to have a representative from the Pickle Yard to share some opening remarks. Please welcome Philip Pagon.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Philip, and would like to welcome James and Marwan. Welcome to the Philippines. There's going to be an exciting collaboration which will happen, especially together with GrabKa Sports. And we are so excited that you guys are here. And for all the Filipinos who's expecting what will happen on the next days, it's going to be exciting too because we'll be having some sort of a battle between the Philippines and the US. Is that good? Again, welcome to the Philippines and welcome to Pickle Yard, welcome to GrabKa Sports, and thanks for coming over to the Philippines.
Thank you very much, Philip. And we also would like to welcome from GrabKa Sports to address and welcome our guests. Please welcome Grace GrabKa.
Not going to be talking so long. I just want to welcome you. Thank you for actually granting us this opportunity to host you here. And with our partners from the Pickle Yard, we're so excited. For all the players are so excited to have the experience to play with you on the court. Thank you so much. And we are excited to also see what the paddle is about. Thank you.
Okay, so before we officially introduce our guests, we have a video that we would like to share with everybody. This is from GrabKa Sports about the product.
Step in. Eyes up. Hold firm. Control the moment. Read the play. Trust the swing. Win or lose. Take ownership. We're always chasing better. This is why we play. Step in.
And now to present the founders and visionaries of the brand, please allow me to introduce a Division I athlete raised in a family of tennis professionals. Marwan blends elite competitive experience with sharp analytical thinking. From investment banking to advanced data science, he brings a rare combination of performance insight, engineering precision, and data-driven innovation. As the technical force behind RPM's paddle development, Marwan is redefining what players should expect from their equipment, leading a new era of athlete-tested, data-powered design built for the fastest-growing sport in the world. Please welcome Marwan Abaza, President and Head of R&D of RPM Pickleball. And now, we have a top professional on the Pickle Tour. James brings the same competitive intensity from the court into building world-class performance equipment with a deep passion for materials, science, and hands-on engineering. He leads the design for RPM paddles that meet the demands of the modern game at its highest level. Through relentless testing, innovation, and player-driven design, James ensures that every RPM paddle delivers the performance elite athletes trust, while remaining accessible to players everywhere. Beyond the game, James is driving RPM's global growth with a clear vision to empower the pickleball community with equipment that evolves as fast as the sport itself. By blending elite athletic experience with entrepreneurial leadership, he is positioning RPM Pickleball as a leader in innovation and a trusted voice in the future of the sport. Let us now welcome James Ignatowich, co-founder and CEO of RPM Pickleball. So, good afternoon, gentlemen, and thank you for joining us. And welcome to Manila and the Philippines. We would like to post a few questions for you guys, of course, about the brand, yourselves, and the work that you have put into the hard work that you have. So, we open the floor to questions from our audience.
All right, no questions.
Anybody?
Yung question mo yung sa UP. Sige na yun sa UP.
We have one question for you. Since you're not part of UPA anymore, we want to know what the future looks like for you now.
Yeah, so that's a good question. I mean, you know. Yeah, so for me, I was obviously pretty surprised about the announcement, and I don't want to say too many of the wrong things because I don't want to get in trouble. But I guess at this point, I can't really get in much more trouble than getting terminated. But I think what's next for me is probably just mainly focusing on being in Asia for more than half the year. There's so many opportunities out here. You know, RPM is already in so many different clubs in Asia. So we're actually probably the least big in the Philippines. So that's one of the reasons that I'm here, to really try to get things started. But in Vietnam, we're in a bunch of different clubs. In Malaysia, China, we just came from Hong Kong. We're in a couple different places over there. So for me, it's really important to just be in Asia, be as, you know, playing as many tournaments as possible, trying to link up with Quang Duong, probably just, you know, beat up on him like I normally do. And, no, I'm not joking, actually. No, but I think, you know, just being in Asia, I think, is definitely a big deal, because in the U.S., everybody already knows RPM. RPM is definitely really solidified in the U.S., but over here, you know, it's kind of like a Wild West. It's all over the place. So we're just trying to get some boots on the ground over here. And, you know, and get guys like him trying the paddle. He never even tried it.
All right, more questions from our audience, please.
So, your paddles look very nice, and I want to know which one is your favorite, like among all three variants, and why?
Well, so for me, my favorite is the elongated 16 millimeter paddle. So this is the one that I kind of made for myself. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, so I'll, you know, we'll see. If you beat me tomorrow, then I'll give you a free one.
One eye and then the other half.
Yeah, I would love to give him a free one. What'd you say? Yeah. Yes, you definitely. 2 points is pretty easy. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so for me, the 16 millimeter elongated is my favorite. So this is actually our most powerful paddle too. So some people feel like thinner paddles are more powerful, but actually what we've found lately is that the thicker the paddle, the more powerful. So I like how it's powerful. I like how it has a lot of reach, but a lot of female players don't like the elongated 16 because it's a little bit heavier. So they actually might prefer a 14 millimeter elongated or this one, just because it's easier to move around in the hand, because it's lighter. And that's maybe one of the reasons why he likes the wide body.
No, it's a different reason, but no, my favorite paddle is actually the 16 millimeter wide body. It's transitioning from tennis, it felt like it was a little bit difficult to learn the soft game in pickleball. So I feel like the most important thing for me was having like a very huge sweet spot, which this one just has the best. And you know, I had a little bit of weight at the top, so the swing weight for me is manageable too. But I think they're all good, but the 16 millimeter wide body is my pick. So, and we got some future models that will be, you know, doing something similar but a little bit better than what the 16 millimeter wide body currently does. But yeah, that's my favorite.
Are you planning to have a hybrid development?
Yeah, so we have a hybrid shape that's coming in a few months. It's gonna just be the same core as this, but it's gonna have the, you know, it's gonna be a hybrid shape, but it's gonna be different than some of the normal hybrid shapes. Some of the normal hybrid shapes have like an exaggerated flare. We don't really like the curve top that much. We're actually just gonna make it, you know, similar in terms of being a rectangle to a hybrid, to an elongated shape, but it's just gonna be a little bit shorter and a little wider. So that's kind of our plan. Because I feel like those curve top ones, like the Yola Hyperion shape, not a huge fan of it. You know, I mean, I think it's that shape is a little bit. I think it makes the sweet spot a little smaller.
How does it compare to Selkirk paddles? You used to use Selkirk before, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think our paddles are more similar to a Yola paddle, which I feel like outside of our paddles is like the best paddle. I think the Selkirk paddle is maybe better for intermediate players or beginner players. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying that if, you know, you're an advanced player, probably go with this.
How many pros are already using the RPM?
Yeah, so on the APP tour, we've got like 10 pros that are already using the RPM, and it's because it's their favorite paddle. So in the US, among really advanced players, I think the most popular paddles are either Yola or our paddle. So on the PPA tour, we have 4 or 5 players using them, and on the APP, we have like 8 or 9. And we're not paying any of them except for Ryan Fu. So like they're just playing with it because it's their favorite paddle, and they don't have a sponsorship. So
Last question. Is Ava using it?
no, Ava's too expensive. Ava's getting, you know, Pro XR's paying her. I'm like, okay, I'm not ready to pay her. You know, I'd rather just. But no, I mean, she's still under contract, so I can't sponsor her yet.
Thank you.
That's expensive. I mean, we'll see. But that would actually be the funniest thing.
No, we noticed when you're playing, you always do this. Is it
Yep.
not tiring?
Well, she knows. I mean, they've seen how much coffee I drink. Yeah, it's a lot of coffee. No, that's not true. It's like 4 or 5 at most. Yeah, 7 is insane. You know.
I'd like to ask the next question. Of course, when you create something, you always have inspiration. From the very beginning, when you were engineering or when you were visualizing the paddles, what were your inspiration, or what made you come up with these that you have right now?
Yeah, so I'll go first, and then Marwan will go. So my favorite paddle was always the Yola paddle. If you look at the pro game before it was RPM, before there were a bunch of pros using RPM, it was all the top pros were using Yola, and even the ones that weren't sponsored. And Yola was my favorite, even back when I used to use Selkirk, and I always didn't love the Selkirk paddle. And I was like, look, like, you know, what type of paddle do I want to copy and make my paddle similar to? So then I looked at Yola's, and I was like, okay, there's some things I like about it, some things that I don't like. But that was kind of the baseline that we said, okay, we're going to look at Yola, and then we're going to make some adjustments from there, because I think they do a lot of things really well. And for me, it was like, how do I maximize the power of the paddle while still having a big sweet spot? Because a lot of powerful paddles, you know, a lot of people look at paddles and they say, okay, you know, power or control, and like you can't have both. But I think if you're using a really powerful paddle, if you have a big sweet spot, you'll figure out how to control it. So we just wanted to make the paddle feel very similar all around the surface. Because lastly, like the biggest weakness of my game was hitting resets and getting into the kitchen. But I think anybody, if they hit resets with this paddle, they're going to say, wow, like it was made for people to hit resets.
Yeah, and when we first started developing the paddle, it was really like, well, I always heard James's, opinions on the paddle development in general across, just the pro game, and it seemed to me that the companies didn't really have that much of a focus on trusting a pro's opinion on, the feel in the prototyping development stage of a paddle. So when we were going through this, I feel like the most important, inspiration point for us was to really have an extreme level of attention to detail and granularity. We spent, over a year developing this, and before taking it to the market, we made sure that, we were both ecstatic with how it felt in the hand, in both of our hands. So we're very difficult on ourselves, and I feel like that's what led to this special paddle that's in front of us today. So.
All right, thank you, thank you. I think most of our audience today, and even the ones who are viewing our live streaming, would be interested in the origin story. What were your first conversations together, being the founders of the brand? How did it start? How did it go? And yeah, just tell us a story.
Do you guys know what the Selkirk Power Air is? The Power Air, Selkirk? So I had to use that paddle for almost 3 years. And it was, because Selkirk, and I'm not trying to hate on Selkirk, but there was a time period where they said, look, like, we're not going to make any new paddles because we don't believe in this new type of like Yola style construction. So we've been friends for, 15 years. And I would call him all the time and just complain about my paddle. I'm like, God, like, I just hate this paddle. And then, yeah, like all the time. And it's not a secret. Like, it's okay if, like Selkirk knows this, because I would tell Selkirk, I'd be like, guys, please make me something better. And they were just like, we don't know how to. And now since then, they've made the boomstick, which is like a pretty good paddle, but that was after I left. So then I'm like, okay, right, talk about timing. So then I'm like, okay, Marwan, like, I think we just need to make our own paddle. And Marwan was like, that sounds kind of tough. And I was like, probably is. And then we were like, yeah, we're not going to do it. And then like a week later, Marwan's like, you know what, James, like, I think we should do that. I think we should make our own paddle. And I was like, dude, like, fine, we'll try it. So then we figured out what we were going to do. We decided to talk to all these different factories in China. I didn't think of a good name. He actually thought of the name RPM. And then eventually we went through like 40 different prototypes of like paddle after paddle after paddle. I hated the first 30. I was like, ugh, this is...
First 30.
Yeah, literally 30 paddles. I hated all of them. I was like, this is really... Because I'm really picky and I'm really particular. And then eventually we got to a paddle that we really liked. And then Marwan didn't like it. We were like, oh, God, okay. So then we kept going and kept going. And then eventually we got a paddle that we love. That's it.
Well, can I get statement from Marwan? I mean, you were the one who came up with the name. I mean, James already told us that, you almost said you didn't want to do it. So what was the turning point where you just thought, yeah, let's do that?
I mean, I'll give you the full story from my perspective. I was working, again, at City Investment Bank for 4 years in total. And when this started, I was still working full time at the bank. And actually, I was also doing my master's at Georgia Tech online at the same time. So when James is telling me, hey, man, let's make some RPM, we didn't even have the name yet, but let's make some paddles. I'm like, okay, with the limited time I have, let's see what we could do. And I'm literally staying up late nights talking to factories in China, talking to, as he said, 40 different prototypes until we got to where we are now. So I remember how I would come home from work and take apart paddles and look at the inside, and my parents are like, wow, like, how many paddles are you going to take apart? Just as like a waste of money. Like, what are you doing? So all those steps, I feel like in the moment we weren't very, you can't see where it's going to end up taking you. And I would have never expected that we'd be here a year ago. But yeah, it's basically one foot after the other. We continued to develop paddle after paddle, and it was a slow but meticulous process. So yeah.
All right. Thank you. Well, how about the RPM name? How did that come about?
Okay, I'm gonna give. It's funny. It's the first time I'm saying this publicly is on this bigger stage. But I was in the subway coming back from work in New York, and I saw a sign, an advertisement, and it said RPM. And this was we had spent the whole week looking for names, and then I sent a text to James and I said, "Hey man, what do you think of the name RPM?" And I before he even gave his opinion, I said, "Nah, it's a bad name." And then we thought about it a little more, and then ended up being the top name. Yeah, the name RPM stands for revolutions per minute. So spin. So yeah, very focused and behind its namesake, we've tried to make the paddle very dwelly and very gritty, which are the two things that cause the spin to be strong on a pickleball paddle.
And gritty means surface roughness. So like if you hold the feel it, you're like, wow, this is super rough. That's where spin comes from. Because if you had a well, I don't even think I need a mic. If you had like a paddle that was super smooth, you're not gonna get any spin from it. But if it's got friction and it's really rough, then you're gonna get a lot of spin. So, fun fact.
The oldest paddles, they don't have grit.
The oldest paddle doesn't have a lot of grit, and that's why our paddle's better, to be honest.
We'll see tomorrow. RPM was RPM R1.
That's my Instagram. That's my Instagram. Yeah.
Any questions from the floor?
Hi guys. In the upcoming matches tomorrow for the 16 and 17, what do you think is the best score, the highest score Filipino athletes can get over you guys?
I had low expectations. But then I heard all about this guy. 5.6? Is that true?
3.8. 3.8.
That's funny.
Sandbagger.
So I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I mean, I think anything can happen in pickleball, especially doubles. If it's just a rally scoring game to 11 too. Is that what it is?
Regular maybe?
Side out to 11. Okay, yeah. I mean, and then who's the toughest team that I'm gonna play?
You're gonna partner with me.
I'm playing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I think probably 8 points we'll call it. That seems like a reasonable number. Is that too generous? I don't know.
For them.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Either way, you're gonna get a good partner.
Yeah, that's what I would do the same thing.
So are you saying that tomorrow we'll expect you to be at your top level in terms of playing against Filipino athletes?
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll try pretty hard. I think that's more fun for people. I don't think anybody wants me to take it easy on them. They probably want me to go out there and do some bad things to them, which I'm happy to do.
So the ladies are curious. How do you find the ladies? That's why I said ladies, right? So the ladies are curious. How do you find Filipina girls? And are you single? You and Marwan.
We're both single. Yeah, we're both single. And also, my type actually is Asian girls. This is a known fact. It's a known fact, and that's actually partially why I'm here. No, I'm sure. That's not true.
Have you tried any Filipino food?
Yeah. No, I had a.
Okay. For the guys, is Ava single?
Oh, she's not single. No, I'm sorry. She's in a long-term relationship.
If we get like 5 points tomorrow, will you eat balut? If we get 5
Eat what?
That's the egg.
If we get 5 points.
How about this? If you guys get 5 points tomorrow, Marwan will eat whatever that is. No thank. I mean, we'll see. We'll be in touch. I'll yeah.
James, I'm here. The 3.8 guy. Sorry. Sir. Are you still looking for an ambassador here in the Philippines?
Yes, I am. DM RP Marwan on Instagram with your credentials.
Because I saw your story last night. Let's go. Next question.
All right. Well, just to keep this going, how do you? What was your impression of the Philippines with regards to pickleball, and what made you decide that maybe the Philippines need RPM as one of the new brands? Well, what are your thoughts on that?
I didn't know that there was much pickleball over here. I mean, I really didn't. All I knew was that we had, a relationship with you guys and that you guys were ordering from us. But I had never heard of any players from the Philippines. I just wasn't really, like when you're playing in the U.S., you're just only in the U.S. I had never played an international tournament. I've still never played a tournament outside of the U.S. So I didn't know anything about it. I just knew that if they tried RPMs, they would love RPMs. So I figured, give that a shot. And then now I'm in Asia, so it's like might as well come back here and there. I know there's a pretty cool league that's going to be made, so that could be fun for me to, give it a try, and hopefully I'm one of the better players in that league.
Well, now that you're here, what is your impression of the Philippines now? Being able to talk to, well, we got some professional athletes here. We have a brand themselves. What is your impression now?
Well, my impression is probably just that I've only been here for 6 hours. I mean, I had some good food. I went outside and it was pretty interesting. I won't talk about that. Don't worry. That was interesting. I mean, I'm tall. I feel pretty tall over here. That's pretty much it. I haven't seen anything crazy. I had some food. It was really spicy. It was whatever was. I mean, it was pretty good.
Yep.
I'm still hungry though. The meal proportions are so small. but the weather's really nice. It reminds me of where I live in Florida. It's the same exact weather here as in Florida, basically. So that's cool. Yeah. Those are the main things.
All right. Well, if we don't have any more questions, one more.
Uh-oh.
What skills separate top 10 pros from the rest of the players?
Top 10. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the main thing would be probably like hand speed and power, actually. At a lot of the situations, like, because I think from like the number 10 to the number 30 player, a lot of those players are like never gonna miss a drop. They're never gonna miss a dink. But I think for me, like when I started to enter the top 10 was when I was being really aggressive and just like hitting a lot of speed ups. And yeah, I think a lot of it is just, natural gifts too. And like hand speed and reaction time. But I think anybody can be, you can be super consistent and like never miss. And if you get to that level, you'll be in the top 50 for sure. But if you want to get into the top 10, you have to build some weapons.
All right. Well, thank you very much for answering those questions for us. Maybe would you like to, since we're streaming, maybe you'd like to invite the viewers, if we have any. I'm sure we have a lot because the network is really big. So would you like to invite them to use RPM? Where can they find you if you're going to be staying here so that you can maybe test it with them?
Yeah, so if you are watching this and you want to come by and you want to maybe test the RPM at the demo day, that, obviously Grace and Alfred are so kind enough to set up for me. And if you want to buy some, I think they would be the people that you would ask also. But if you want to try a paddle and challenge me too, that's going to be available 6 to 10 the next 2 days. Yeah, tomorrow from 6 to 10. So you'll get a chance to try the paddle. You'll get a chance to challenge me. I'm not going to take it easy on you. I'll make it fun. I'll hit some fun shots. And yeah, I would definitely recommend doing that because once you try the paddle, I mean, in the U.S., we've sold almost 10,000 of them. So in the U.S., it's definitely already a really, really popular brand. But in Asia, it's just people haven't gotten a chance to try it yet. But when you try it, even if you lose to me, it's not the paddle's fault.
So there you have it. Thank you very much. We have, I think we've had a very interesting afternoon hearing from you guys. So thank you very much. About a round of applause for our guests. And so we just want to announce the schedules for tomorrow. We have a few activities lined up para sa mga viewers natin who are viewing our stream right now. Just so you know what's going to happen tomorrow.
You want to play doubles with me tomorrow in the games? Or do you want to play against me?
1 p.m.
So at 1 p.m. onwards, we have a pickleball clinic happening at Pickle Yard, Dasmariñas from 1 p.m. onwards. And 5 p.m. is open play. Just play. Exhibition games with James. And the next day, they will be at Pickle Yard, Parañaque from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And at Pickle Yard, Somo, 1 p.m. onwards. Yeah, so there you go. That's the schedule for the next 2 days. Hope to see you guys there. And thank you once again to Marwan and James. How about another round of applause? Welcome to the Philippines. Welcome to Pickle Yard. Yeah.
We'll take a photo of the total first and then group photo. Front face. Would you like to hold the magnetic case or just the paddle? Everyone, keep planning.
Okay, so we'll try to make this as organized as possible. We'll have first the Pickle Yard team for the photo ops. And we'll get some assistance to move the chairs so we can free up some more space. Yeah, next group is GrabKa Sports. Yeah, can we now have our athletes, our pro athletes, to join in?
Easy.
And may we also request our partners from Elijah Hotel? And can we also welcome Mr. Eric Mendoza, our general manager for Elijah Hotel. And can we also ask for... Ayan, can we have GrabKa team to join in with our partners, with the partners, with the Elijah Hotel? And yeah, the whole Pickle Yard team, yeah, free for all photo opportunity. All right, I think we're good. Thank you very much. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
You all can attend. I wish everybody attend.
Baby, calm down, calm down. Yo, this your body, put-